Hey guys, Bo back here. We're doing a review on a couple of the guns. People were asking about them, so I figured I'd do a video just showing what they are and how they function and how they work. So in this case, I'm gonna try to mix in, if I don't know if I have footage of shooting them or not, so if I do, I'll try to mix it in, but if I don't, well, don't worry about it. It goes boom, boom. This one right here is called a Saiga 7.62. It is a center fire rifle. It's an AK variant. And it's made by the same people that make AK-47s, it's just now for the domestic market. So why this versus just buying a regular AK-47? Well, for one, it's a hell of a lot harder. You can't buy an AK-47 in California. You can buy one of these because it's a sporting rifle in California. It has a 10-round magazine, which cannot use regular AK-47 mags. It has to use these ones from Saiga. So it's a 7.62 by 39 caliber. It does do everything you want and loads exactly the same as a regular AK rifle. As you can see in the top front here, it does not have a wood stock, which normally you'd see a wood piece here, you'd see a gap, then you'd see the tube. This is the gas tube, right? You're not going to find that on this one. It's just a straight up polymer gun. There's no wood on this. The really nice thing I like about all polymer guns is two reasons. You have no maintenance on any of the wood, and on top of that, the tolerances are super simple because you don't have to worry about wood getting bigger or smaller as it ages, because wood does move as it ages. As you can imagine, I'm a woodworker with all this crap behind me, and you guys see all kinds of woodwork all the time. But wood moves, right? So as it gets hot, it moves. As it gets cold, it moves. As it gets wet or moist or humid or whatnot. You can put gallons of plastic polyacrylic on it, but it's still wood. This polymer is never going anywhere. Now, one thing you guys might be thinking is, Bo, dude, why don't you just throw on a different stock, right? Throw a stock on there from like some kind of attachable tactical thing, or swap this, or why don't you jerry-rig this and make it? You can't do it, okay? On these guns, these are made in Russia. So you're running into a couple problems. The reason an AK will never look like an AR here in California or most states in the United States is the fact that you have to have a particular proportion of domestic to international parts in order for this to be legal. I don't remember the statute. All I know is this. If you wanted to swap out, let's say the trigger, because you thought the trigger is a little too rough, right? So, oh man, I just want a trigger that's a lot cleaner, a lot easier. Okay, well, good for you. Well, unfortunately, when you try to swap that trigger, unless you have the specific ratio of domestic to international parts, you kept all the receipts, you kept documents of how you did it, what you did, and everything, you have a potential for going to jail for 10 years. Just for an illegal firearm, right? So that is a bad idea. So what I did is nothing. Screw it, I don't care. All I need this thing to do is put a bullet in there and go pew pew, and this goes out to 100 yards and then hits something. That's all I care about. I don't give a damn about any other stuff. So the other side of this rifle, if you're interested, it does have a scope mount, so you can run a scope if you wanted, but really, I mean, come on. You're not looking to drill nails with this thing. What this thing will do at 50 yards is you can get a good 4 or 5 inch group, no problem. 100 yards, good foot group, no problem. It will throw lead down range. It will chew up that cheap steel armor, steel jacketed rounds. It's a warhorse. The beauty of an AK gun is the fact that you could toss it in the ground, get it muddy, never clean it, and it will just cycle every time. In actual thing that's kind of cool, actually. Yeah, there. Come on. Fucking thing. There, okay. The cool thing about an AK-47 is the fact that there is a lot of shimmy. There's a little bit of a tolerance gap in most of the parts in here. So if there's goo or gunk, or you're shooting super dirty ammo, this will just suck it down all day long. You could shoot thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds out of this, dump it in the sand, dump it in the dirt, pick it up and throw it back, and it will just keep trucking along. So this is a great, great rifle. It's super simple. You can pull it apart, use shoelaces with motor oil. This is what the folks do in most other countries to lube these things up. AKs are basically unstoppable. If you needed a gun that you know is always gonna work, regardless of how you care for it, you're gonna be fine. ARs have their place and purpose. I'd like to get one at some point, but for right now, this works fine. I maintain my rifles really well because I just go to basically at a range. I don't do anything outside of that. What I do like is a sling. I like to throw slings on my rifles every time. I think I've touched this before on my 5 guns everyone should own video, but a sling allows you not only to carry it, because this is gonna be heavy. I mean, it's 6-7 pounds, plus all the ammo, plus whatever else you got. If you have a pistol and all other things, you want your hands free. This allows you to shoulder the weapon, and also, which is nice, is if you're at bench rest, you can wrap your arm around that sling and have a little extra. Obviously make it looser so that way it's a full wrap. So when you're on that trigger, right, you got a little extra stability. It's kind of like having a third hand. And that's like $8. I know it's not the best sling in the world, but damn, who cares, right? It just does the job is all that matters. So that's the Saiga 7.62. And it is a spectacular gun. I can't tell you how happy I've been with it. It has been a great purchase, and it's gonna be in the family for a long time. I don't have to worry about anything because it's all polymer, plastic, and the exact same parts as the Kalashnikovs that you guys see in the AKs. So if you guys thought that was fun or cool, give me a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on this gun or other stuff, whatever. You know, I answer your questions in the comments below. Until next time, look out, and we'll talk to you soon. See ya.